Welcome to the Small Business Made Simple podcast, brought to you by socialmediaandmarketing.com.au. Being in business is never easy, but it can be simple, or at least simpler. Join me, your host Jen Donovan, every week where we focus on marketing, social media, and working towards simplifying your business. You with me? Let's do this.
Gonna dream it big, 'cause someone out there listening. Everyone's got a voice to give, and it's time I heard you whistling, 'cause there's no point at all, in dreaming small.
Why, hey there, welcome to episode 133 of the Small Business Made Simple podcast. Thank you, as always, for lending me your ears today. I know you have lots of choices, and I sincerely appreciate you making me one of them. If you're a first-time listener, then hey, super welcome to you. If you are a return listener, then hey, super welcome back to you. I am, of course, Jen, the host of the Small Business Made Simple podcast, and it's my job basically to make your business simpler, because business can be lonely and complicated and it can be hard, but it should be easy, or at least simpler. So that's my commitment to you here on the so-called Small Business Made Simple podcast. One of the ways that I can make your life a little bit simpler is if you come and join my group, the Like-Minded Business Owners group on Facebook. You can just go to Facebook and search Like-Minded Business Owners, or you can come to the show notes at socialmediaandmarketing.com.au/133 and find the link in there. This week I've had some pretty interesting discussions around the journey of a business owner. Some people don't like the word journey. For me, I think it exactly describes what the heck we're doing every single day when we turn up into our businesses or into our jobs. We're continuing the journey. My clients and my both private and my group coaching clients, they come to me at all different stages of their own business journey. And no matter what stage they're at, there is always somewhere else to go. Sometimes we go up, sometimes we go down, sometimes we go sideways. Because business and owning a business is not a linear line. So it's not a straight line. And I guess I don't need to tell you that because, hey, you're living this whole owning a business thing. And I'm pretty sure you've experienced, the old 2 steps forward, 1 step back before in your life. So business isn't linear, but I think we all start at the same place and we all have a goal to get to the same place. And this is what I call, I guess, going from invisible to going to invincible. And that's what I wanted to talk about on the podcast today. I wanted to explore these concepts of invisible to invincible, the journey of a business owner in the context of going from invisible to invincible. And perhaps you might see yourself in this timeline where you might be, and also get some tips on what the next stage looks like or what you need to do to get to the next stage. Just a caveat, of course, is that this is not a step-by-step thing. Just because you're on one level doesn't mean you go straight up to the next level. You may skip levels, you might come down a level depending on what you do in your business. Sometimes we change our business model or change our offerings and then we have to start again. But I'll put a slide in the show notes of what I'm talking about so you can kind of visualize this as well, this going from invisible to invincible. Of course, you can find the show notes at socialmediaandmarketing.com.au/133. Okay, so let's start. Invisible. This is where we all start in our business. We're taking the leap. We're starting a new business. Our passion is high, but we need clients and customers because every business needs money. So we need money, but we also need to be simple. We are and feel quite invisible in the noisy and competitive marketplace that we are conducting our business in. We are trading time for money as we are more than likely in the hustle all by ourselves. So we have no real money to pay for VAs or PAs or staff as it might be. We are giving this our all and we've got our fingers crossed, and this is what the invisible stage looks like. The invisible stage could also be termed the ready, fire, aim stage because we are all firing over this place. We are just taking action and we will aim later. We're just doing the firing right now. If this is you, then you've got this. Remember your why and remember why you got into business. Remember your passion, because when it gets tough, and it's going to get tough because you are just starting out. You are in the invisible part of your journey. Your why and your passion will pull you through. So once we have gone through this, our next stage is actually called the active stage. Our passion is still high, and we are still in hustle mode, but we've had a few wins. We might have onboarded some clients or had some customers already. We've made some money and it's starting to come in. That income is starting to come in. They might not be the exact clients or customers we want, but we are prepared to take their money. I know for me, when I was in this stage, I don't do people's social media for them. I teach social media and marketing, but back in this stage, I did. I took on a couple of clients and I did their social media for them because I needed the runs on the board for somebody else, and I also needed the money. We are still at the fingers crossed, will this work stage, trading, like I said, time for money. But we are learning and we are implementing and we are starting to see that our stuff is getting seen. The next stage is the busyness stage of business. Oh boy, do we love the busyness stage. This is where you are busy being busy. My gosh, you are flat out every single day, but your bank account just isn't reflecting the reward for the effort you are putting in. Yes, some money is coming in, there is some income coming in, but you just seem to be so busy. We are doing all the right things that the marketing and business gurus are telling us to do. We're starting to think about strategies and look at insights and think, getting more and more knowledge as we go along. We think we are doing everything right. We feel like the amount of work we are doing, we should be further along the journey. The business isn't growing quickly enough for the time and effort we feel we are putting in. We have some cash to hire for help at this stage also, which is awesome to help with all the busyness. The daily grind is real here. We just need to somehow stop being so busy, being busy. The next stage is what I call the clarity stage. Here we're getting clarity around our messaging, around our strategies, around our marketing. We are attracting the people who want to buy what we sell, and they know the expertise that we are bringing to the table here in the clarity stage. They know us, they trust us, they like us. We're getting seen. We know our target audience and we know what we want to be famous for, and the money is coming in easier than before. This is a good stage because you have help at this stage. You might have a VA, a virtual assistant, or a personal assistant, and things are going quite well. You're really feeling like this business is going somewhere. It's worth being in business for yourself. The money is coming in. You are finished being busy because you have the income to hire some help. Our fifth stage of business is what we call the influential stage. This is the stage of business where we are in control of our business. We are becoming the go-to person in our industry and attracting the right clients. Our brand is well established and people know what our brand values are and how they can work with us. We have made ourselves easy to buy. We are starting to work less and earn more, and we are starting to influence people in our industry with our expertise and our knowledge. This is what we call the influential stage. The final stage is called invincible. So we've gone from invisible and now we are invincible. Invincible, unstoppable. This is where we are completely in love with our business model and our offerings, and we are working less and earning more. We are enjoying the lifestyle and the freedom we set out to create when we started our businesses. Remember, you started your own business so you could have more freedom and spend more time with the family or children or go on more holidays. This is the stage that you really start to see this to come to fruition. We earn what we're worth, and we are also giving back to our communities. We are making a difference in the world because we are earning what we are worth. We now have the income to outsource all those jobs that just don't light us up. So where do you find yourself on this business journey? Are you in the invisible stage, the active stage, the busyness stage, the clarity stage? Or maybe you're in the influential stage, or the one we are all trying to get to, the invincible stage. No matter where you are on this business journey, I think the biggest takeaways, I think these are the biggest takeaways you need to take away from this podcast episode, looking at the different stages of business. So the first thing is to have goals. Know where you're heading. Know what you want from your business. Know what freedom and lifestyle looks like for you. Like, what are you working towards? What's the reward at the end if this business thing works for you? Have solid branding. Know what your business values are, what you stand for, and your why. Express all of these things in everything that you do. Know your ideal client, back to front, front to back. You probably have more than one ideal client, absolutely, perhaps two, but you should never really have more than 2 or 3 ideal clients because otherwise it's too hard to market to them. You are trying to talk to too many people and it's too broad. Your messaging gets lost because you are trying to talk to too many people at once. In order to get traction. Remember, we are in a very crowded and busy marketplace. We need to be as niche as possible and talk to only our people. Yes, we'll attract people that aren't in our demographic and that, but we are generally talking to the people in our demographic. And know what you want to be famous for. What are you hanging your hat on? Know it, live it, love it. You can't be the go-to person in your industry if no one knows what you do and what you want to be famous for. And of course, you can't be the go-to person in your industry if they don't know who you do it for either. Like who are the people you're trying to attract? Comes back to the ideal client. And mostly, and most importantly, is make marketing a priority. Seriously, the only way to go from invisible in a busy and crowded marketplace is to tell more people about what you do, how you do it, and why you do it, and why they should buy from you. It's the only way to, become less invisible in the marketplace. You can't go from invisible to invincible without making marketing a priority in your business. So what bits do you need to improve on in your business to help you through this business journey? Do you need to improve your goals, your branding? Do you need to know who your ideal client is and do some research on that? Or maybe do you need to sit down and say, hey, what do I want to be famous for? What do I want to hang my hat on? Or do you simply just need to make marketing a priority in your business? If you're feeling like you're at a stalemate in your business, then do something. Surprise your audience or surprise yourself, but just do something. And maybe just start marketing. Ready, fire, aim, because perfection is a trap, guys. Nothing will ever be perfect because what you might think is perfect, I don't think is perfect. So perfection is a trap. You just got to get out there, start marketing, start telling people who you are, what you do, and give them a reason to buy from you over and above all the other people who do what you do or sell what you sell. If you want some help with your marketing at all, you can always book a discovery chat with me. I do have a link in the show notes for my calendar. You are more than welcome to go there and at socialmediamarketing.com.au/133 and book a discovery call with me there. And we can just have a chat about your goals and your struggles and your roadblocks and what's holding you back and how I might actually be able to help. But that is all for episode 133. I will be back next Thursday for another great episode to help you simplify your business in 2021. If you're enjoying this podcast, then I would really love for you to hit the subscribe button and leave a rating and review if you have got a spare few minutes. And of course, if you can share this episode with another small business owner who's doing that daily grind, I would really appreciate that as well. And I'm sure that they would appreciate it as well. But like I said, I will be back next week for episode 134. But in the meantime, let's hang out on social. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and of course, LinkedIn. But whatever you do, my small business peeps, as my opening song says, there is no point in dreaming small.
No time like the present. Tell it like you feel it, say it proud, be true, and let us see you for the star that you are. No point in dreaming small.
I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, the Yorta Yorta people, on which I record this podcast and conduct my business today, and pay my respects to their elders, past and present. I extend this respect to the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here with us today as well.